One shot, let's begin. Pen disc by Majo Koid. Translating upload by Larachi and Bako Nana-chan. Ooh, some fun names today. Um, Dopolinstilis. Yeah, these Dopolinstilis. Probably the link appendix. Anyways, it's Pride Month. We're reading nothing but Pride manga. So, with all that being said, let's begin, everybody. Hand Disc by Haruka and Tenshin. Trends. Okay, let's begin. This is a lot of text. Onomichi. Appendisk. This episode is an afterword too. It's not heaven, but a doshinji. You were advised to enjoy the previous story before reading it. It's oddly insane. Like mandatory fun. Anyways. The train arrives at Onomichi Station. Onomichi Station. Please go to the train doors. Alright, we're here. Ah, the city where Haruki was born. Pendisk. Haruki, are you okay? It's hard to walk. I used to work part-time at a bookstore. That kind of work was physically demanding, but I guess my body's not used to the strain. Why don't you just take me in your arms? We'll go upstairs. Tourists walk up these stairs every day? Right. I'm sick to my stomach of someone going up and down those stairs every day. Oh, we're here. Uh-oh. The house where Haruka was born. Such a nice atmosphere. She's really expressing her thoughts strangely. Ding dong. I'm home. Wow. Wow. Oh gosh, what voice. Well, who do we have here? Back home after 6 years? Is that your new girlfriend? No. When are you gonna stop making stupid jokes like that? I'm not her girlfriend. Don't you ever say anything bad to that kid. I wrote you earlier. It's an angel. It's an angel I picked up on the street. It's me. Please take care of me. See. Angel, you told me not to make jokes. Now you're telling me this girl is an angel. Not the reaction I was expecting. I suddenly got a text message about an angel and everything. I thought Haruki had lost her mind in her own town. It's a good thing it was real. I'm relieved. Coming home with an angel? Question mark. Let's see. Well, maybe I should change the subject. It doesn't matter if we're coming home alone or with someone. The more the better. You can help me at the cafeteria. Angel-chan, our house is pretty small, but I hope you'll be comfortable. Haruka's mother owns a cafe in the shopping district. My mom is too carefree. You're still writing? Yes. Thank you, Mom. Haruka's room. Amazing. You have more books than my old house. They still haven't been put away. I'll take care of them later. Your mom asked if you're still writing, Haruki. Are you a writer? Yes. There were times when it was my main job, but then I suddenly stopped. And then I started working nights and no time to write at all, and that's all. However, someday, when things settle down, I believe, hmm, I believe, I return to the city. What? Oh, it feels like I'm missing a page. Whatever. I believe. I return to the city I had avoided in every way. It gave me the idea that I could start up again, I guess. By the way, then my mama didn't seem to see your halo or wings. I guess. I think I'm beginning to understand. On second thought, probably I'm getting weaker and the power's no longer so pronounced. But why? I don't understand. You look like your normal self, but I could still touch your wings. It's because Haruki sees me as an angel and nothing else. You know, I have an idea. Do you want to hear it? Maybe when I was kicked out of heaven, I thought it was over and there wasn't much time left. Then, when it's completely over, my existence will become ghostly. and the day would come when only Haruka would see me. But after that, perhaps even Haruki won't be able to see me anymore, and my true exile will come. Hey, why are you selling such bad things? Why don't you stop the fact that it's just an assumption, although it sounds plausible? You've never heard the story of the banished angel? There's God, mass exile. In heaven, no one talks about things they don't like. If they started spreading such things, they'd all be banished. Then wouldn't it be lonely and quiet in heaven? Well, the important thing is that I am not alone. Even if I don't have much time left, I'll be happy. Angels are much more mature than normal people, so maybe I won't disappear even when Haruki becomes a grandmother. And maybe in the future, I'll take care of you. No matter how much I think about it, if I do end up alone, there's nothing I can do about it. But the rest of my life, Haruki, I'll spend it with you. Thanks for reading. It's been a while since I left a review on paper. The story It's Not Heaven, but is complete. It's not heaven, but is complete. A lot of people wrote in the comments that they enjoyed reading this story, so I was a little embarrassed to release this one. Even after releasing it, I'm still excited. I'd love it if you enjoyed it as an omake, a belated thought, or an extra disc rather than a continuation of the main story. That's why I titled it that. I want to say that Haruki could randomly say something out loud and the angel will memorize it for the rest of her life. You are free to speculate how they will live in the future. I'd be happy to as a writer. Haruki was originally supposed to be from Seto, but I really wanted to visit Onomichi and decided she would live there. I went to Onomichi with a friend on the pretext of work. I want to say that the lemon ramen was delicious. Onomichi is really an amazing city. I would love to visit there again. Oh, that's cute. I like it. Appendix. So it's the pun on appendix. And this is a dopolintial. Dopoli, dop. What is that? The G or a B sound? Dobo. Dobole. Dobolins. Linsky disc. Dobolinsky disc. I don't know. Anyways, where was I? First, I think this is with this here. This is a rather funny title or page here, or at least not title. The episode's an after to It's Not Heaven, but a Doshinji. You are advised to enjoy the previous story before reading it. That is oddly menacing. I know it's like, hey, it's meant to just come across as, hey, make sure you read the other story before you read this one, just so that we have a context where it's going on. I ignored that. But I feel like this could also be read as, hey, you better have liked the previous story or else. Mandatory fun vibes. Um, Onomichi. I only know about Onomichi through the Yakuza games. Just drinking some water. I don't know about Onomichi through the Yakuza games. And, there was a ramen on his head and it was cute. I did not realize she was an angel at all. I like it just casual. Like I'm like, oh, there you go. There is an angel. There's the and the wings. And the mom probably just thinks it's like a figurative angel, right? Which is why she's not commenting. Like, I picked up an angel. Although this text message was kind of the perfect response, right? Where it's like coming home with an angel. Like, what do you mean? That's a very real text message. The bookstore makes sense for where she's working. The fact she was a writer. Well, sure. What about her physical prowess? Who cares if she can't make it up the stairs? I guess she was just you know, more nervous, right? And that's what affected her. Who do we have here after 6 years? It's an angel. And then you're still writing is a very genuine concern. Like, hey, I wrote you a letter. Da 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 da. Oh man, kids change a lot in a period of time, don't they? It's like you can't even imagine what they're going through, or imagine what they'll be sometimes. And that's not even the worst idea. It's pretty cool. I like that. The one thing I will say about this story is that it felt like I was missing parts, not from necessarily the context. I'm okay with not knowing the context, but like, however, someday when things settle down, I believe, um,
Like when things settle down, I believe. Like there's needs to be like an extra when things settle down, I believe I could start up again. I think there needs to be like an extra sentence or a bubble. It really did feel like I was missing something. Right? I understand the continuation essentially. However, someday when things settle down, I believe. And the implication is that they will have, sorry, people are blowing off fireworks. Oh, at least it's fireworks and gunshots. Anyways, you get good at detecting the difference. And then I started working nights and didn't have time to write it all. I guess this and this are supposed to be like someday I believe that she'll have time. I could get that, but reading it from this to this kind of like, huh, whatever, right? But that's like a minor thing here. So that's where I was like, okay. And then just to go from here, you're still writing to the thank you, mom, to that. It's like a little whatever. A little jumpy, I think. Maybe a little extra panel or this side or the other could do good. I like this confession is interesting. I don't know the context of their relationship. The story of the banished angel, isn't that like the devil, Lucifer, right? I don't know if is this a romance story where they go and if you see her as a potential lover, like then she gets to go to heaven. I don't know. It's interesting though. And the fact that this author went to go travel to Onomichi, and this is seems like it's pretty much just a picture, right? Like they go and then they probably traced over some of the buildings here and then did this and here, then boom, boom, boom. And that's amazing to think about. I wonder if they drew any small people now. But it's cool, right? Like this is part of the travel that makes, manga work. They're part of the job where you go to get inspired. I know Oda goes and travels just to go and see new places. This lemon ramen does look interesting, Someday. Someday I'll try it. Maybe. Lorachi. What's a QC? Oh, quality control? Sure. All right, let's see what they've done. So I will say, I normally go into these things blind, and I went into that story blind. But I clicked on the author because Doshinji artists tend to have a little bit more of a history of drawing erotic stuff. And so, I usually like to go through their stuff here, and yup, lots of erotica and suggestive content. And so part of this was that I went to, let's go to their Twitter first, okay? I went to their Twitter. Um, there you go. There's the ads. I don't know. I couldn't translate their bio. They seem to love everybody, which is awesome. But I'm not going to scroll too far down, because they have great art, but they also have art that's not appropriate for, you know, YouTube. So I went to their website, and the blue sky is just their Twitter. I didn't go to their Instagram or whatever here. But this does seem to be like their MO, where they draw like those Shinji and they get everything, and then, they just write, oh shoot, is that all they've done? I don't know what that is, but that's impressive. Can I like okay, well there's their contact. Can I do this? Translate section to English. The Scarred Princess. Okay, this is just a list of other work. Lovely. Cool. I'm glad they're getting steady work. They seem to be making a living. They also sell some art. They also sell some plenty of other things. They have some interesting merch. Like I think I went to this link, and then you see that they sell like these are like plastic water bottle holders, right? Oh no. I didn't know I could click through them, but it's gotta be safe if they're selling it as merch, right? It's neat. I enjoy it. It's good stuff. It's another way for them to make some money. So yeah, good stuff. And I don't know if I really have much else to add. The art was very good on the manga series. That was pretty evident. They were good with their expressions. Their background work was particularly impressive. Um, and I was like, dang. And they have a good style, right? I feel like their style is a little bit cutesier. I mean, that's why I gave the passionate to still be able to yes, right? But or the angel. but I don't feel like it detracts from anything they do, if that makes sense. Like sometimes it's like, okay, the art and the emotions are not matching, but in this case, it really doesn't matter. Good stuff, solid stuff. I have, this person specializes in just like one shots or whatever. I don't know if this person, what it was based on. Doshinji implies it's based on another series, but for just a random story that I read, it's not bad. I, not bad at all. And yeah, good, good, good on everything. So we'll see. My setup's probably going to be changing a bit in the next couple weeks. But we'll see, everybody. So before I like this one here. I get my Squirtle, my little chocolate here. Put the little chocolate, and we'll see what else is added. But yeah, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and every morning, peace out.